Welcome to In the Vine Devotions, your weekly dose of encouragement. I am your host, Cody. This is a branch off our podcast, In the Vine Podcast. It's on YouTube and Spotify. Please like and subscribe and comment. We would like to hear from you. So here's your weekly dose of encouragement. It's going to be out of Psalms 23. A Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. What David's saying here is he's telling us how good God is. He's a shepherd. In verse 1, he leads us. And also says, I shall not want. We will be content with whatever God gives us. In verse 2, he talks about, he maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He always gives us the best that he has. And he leads us not astray. And in verse 3, he restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. He fixes what sin has broken after the fall of man in Genesis. He fixes us. He puts us back together to where we should be. And he leads us as we go. And then verse 4, it says, we walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Even though we might be going through a bad time or a dangerous time or even a very low time in our life, we should have that comfort that God never leaves us. He's always there protecting and leading us. And then in verse 5, he talks about, thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. God always provides, even in the midst of a troubling time or we're surrounded or the devil's attacking us. God's always there providing for us no matter what. And then verse 6, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. We can see he's talking about just the mercy of God. Like, we're sinners. We're unclean, unworthy of God's mercy. And yet he still gives us mercy. That's the beautiful thing about God's plan of salvation through the death of Jesus Christ. It's just amazing. That's the only thing I can say. He shows us so much mercy. And he wants us to come to him as sheep. He's a shepherd. That's why David says that he's a shepherd, because let's face it, we as people, we get into sin and we don't know the outcome of everything. We tend by nature to go against God and away from him and get ourselves stuck in a hole and in trouble. And what does God have to do? He has to come get us out of it. That's why he's the shepherd. He leads us. And as long as we follow him, we will not go astray. We should always remember and just talk to him. Pray to him. That's what God wants. God wants our relationship with us. That way we can follow him. But that's your weekly dose of encouragement, to remember that God's always there. He leads us as a good shepherd. He never forsakes us. He always provides, protects, and his mercy is forever. This has been In the Vine Devotions. You can find this on YouTube and Spotify on our channel, In the Vine Podcast. We also have a website at www.inthevinepodcast.com. We will catch you next week in the next upload.